Coming up next, right here on the Fortminorproject channel, that's right, I will be giving you guys my WWE United Champions PPV review for 2015. You know what's coming up next, that's right, roll that damn intro.
Inside me, a light was turned on. Then I was alive. If you close your eyes, your life, a naked truth revealed. The dreams you never lived and scars never healed. In the darkness, light will take you to the other side. And find me waiting there, you'll see if you just close your eyes.
Alright, so starting things off with the kickoff match, just gonna get this out of the way, and where we had a tag team match, basically where we had Stardust and the Ascension, basically the Cosmic Wasteland, which I actually like and makes sense, so hopefully that will stick around too for those two teams, and Neville and the Lucha Dragons. Now, with this one, it was a pretty good match, and Stardust and the Ascension were able to get the win, so I'm fine with it. I had Neville and the Lucha Dragons, so it is what it is. Then we had the main show, of course, where we started things off with the IC title. This was a pretty good match in itself, where we had Kevin Owens and Ryback, and in the end, Kevin Owens was able to get the IC Championship, which is dope and awesome, so I get to see him as IC Champion in October. So that's really cool to see, and I'm sure he'll Steven, if you're watching, man, that's really cool that your boy Kevin Owens was able to get the win and capture the IC Championship, so that made sense, I thought too. Then with the next match where we had Dolph Ziggler and Rusev, and with this, I don't really care for this feud that much per se. That's just me and how I feel about it, so hopefully it did come to an end where we had Dolph Ziggler and Rusev, and pretty good match. Dolph Ziggler was able to get the win, so I'm fine with that. Find this a little bit better than the SummerSlam match. I didn't really care for the first match, if you ask me, so there you have it with that. Then we got the Tag Team Championships, which are on the line. This was a good match. The Dudley Boys and the New Day, and the New Day are really doing well, I must say, and they actually keep getting better too, with themselves. And I love the promo that they cut earlier too, before the match and everything. They're just hilarious all around, so can't go wrong with the New Day, and always get a kick out of them. So in the end, New Day actually keeps the titles, and basically where Xavier Woods was able to interfere in this match, and I'm sure we'll probably have a rematch at Hell in a Cell, and maybe a tables match, who knows, but this feud does continue, so fortunately the Dudley Boys did that one, which I would have loved to seen too, but I'm sure within time, probably at Hell in a Cell, the Dudleys will get their 10-time WWE Tag Team titles. Then we had the Divas title match, and honestly, that Raw match was a lot more better than this one. It was okay at best, where we had Charlotte and Nikki Bella, and Nikki Bella just really worked the leg a lot too on Charlotte, and I was hoping Charlotte would make a comeback for Comeback City, which would be pretty cool. No pun intended to the Suplex City shirt, so there you have it with that. But in the end, Charlotte was able to get the win, which is awesome. About time we got a new Divas champion in Charlotte. I was hoping for that, and Charlotte was able to have that celebration and everything. So, I kind of wish what we had on Raw was able to happen at Night of Champions, but it is what it is. I got what I wanted, and Charlotte is a new Divas champion, so there you go. Then we had the six-man tag team match where we had the Wyatts in action with Dean and Roman, and who was the mystery tag team partner? Well, Chris Jericho, which is cool. It could have been anybody. It could have been The Rock. It could have been another 90s star, and like returning basically, or anyone returning in general. So Chris Jericho, that's fine, especially with Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt and their history with one another. So that made sense to have Chris Jericho back, and in the end, the Wyatts actually got the win here. Chris Jericho seemed a little bit pissed off that he didn't get the win, and kind of basically took it out on Dean there. So it's interesting to see where that's gonna go. And then we actually had a fan actually try and interfere. At least he didn't actually attack anybody, which is good, because lately fans have been trying to attack wrestlers and trying to hurt them in some sort of way, which I don't really like. I think that's really disrespectful if you ask me, and really puts a bad taste in my mouth. So I don't know why people would go to that lengths to actually be a part of the show that way, which is the wrong way. So if you're gonna go to the show, just actually be a fan and just enjoy it for what it is, and there you have it with that. Then we had the double main events, if you will, with the US title where we had John Cena, and Seth Rollins, and this one was a great match. I actually like the SummerSlam match more than this one, but it is what it is. And in the end, we have John Cena getting the win, and not really bothered about it too. Maybe we'll get the U.S. Open Challenge back again. That was always cool. So maybe we'll get to see John Cena put the U.S. title on the line each and every week now. Maybe have other people go after him and try and take him out and everything like we see before, or we could see something different, but only time will tell. But it could have went either or if you ask me when it comes to this. So then after that we had the WWE World Heavyweight Championship matchup right after that with Seth Rollins and Sting. And this one was pretty good for what it was, and in the end we were able to have Seth Rollins pick up the win, retain the title, which is fine. And I like the nice table spot where Sting actually puts Seth Rollins onto the Spanish announce table. That was nice, and nice touch there. So I kind of thought Sting was going to get the win, but since John Cena won the US title earlier in the night, so Seth Rollins keeping the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is fine and gets to keep it a little longer, then I'm okay with that. And also, we almost had Sheamus almost cashing in, and he didn't get that. It was just a tease, basically. But we had Kane returning with the mask, and that's fine. So hopefully now, maybe Kane will retire with the mask and actually keep it on. And it's basically the same mask that we seen before when he went to join the Authority and be that type for Kane. So there you have it that. So it looks like at Hell in a Cell, not only do we get to see Brock Lesnar and Undertaker, which will most likely be the main event for that, and then of course we got Kane and Seth Rollins, which will probably be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, which they had their issues, so I'm pretty sure that would happen. Or Kane and Sheamus is something interesting. So there you have it with that. So overall, it was an okay show for Night of Champions. It's hit or miss sometimes, so it is what it is when it comes to that. So now we got MSG for that show. I cannot wait for that. And then we got Hell in the Cell. Should be interesting. Probably a little bit more better than Night of Champions. So what did you think of Night of Champions? What you liked, what you didn't like? And leave all that down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. And until then, I will catch you guys in the next video. Whatever the hell that may be. Peace.